Hello friends, good morning and welcome to LeggLife. We are just getting up, getting our day started. I have some of the most amazing news to share with you guys later in today's vlog. I'm so excited, I cannot wait to tell you, but Sherri has to leave for work here in just a few minutes, so let's go make her coffee, get her breakfast and lunch ready, and send her off on her way. Getting coffee going for the day. While the coffee's finishing up, I have stuff out to make a little breakfast parfait for Sherri. I'm actually going to make one for her to go that she can take to the office, and then one for me that I can have here as well. Sherri doesn't always get her breakfast right away at work, so what I do is I put it in these separate containers so that the granola doesn't get all soggy, and then she can just kind of mix them all together whenever she is ready for breakfast. And you can see I have mine right over here. And now her coffee is ready to go as well. And this is what I did up for lunches for us this week. It is some rotisserie chicken strips, broccoli, and then there's a bed of cauliflower rice underneath. And then I made a teriyaki sauce that went over the rice and chicken. I've got to say, this actually is one of the more delicious lunches that we have made in a while. They're so good. So this is what we've been having this week. Look who we get to say good morning to.
Good morning.
Good morning. Breakfast is all ready. Coffee's all ready. You're welcome. Last night, real quick before you speed off to work, last night we got to go to Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Author Holly Black, who you love, was here in town. We've never gone to an author event, book signing, thing like that before.
No, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was really good. It was like an hour of Q&A. She's like, just ask me anything. And she answered whatever, and then we did like a book signing, and each person could have up to 3 books.
So you got 6 Holly Black books signed.
I did, because I had this guy here to do some more 3 for me.
Yep, I knew what my role was. My role was to carry books and to support you.
Thank you.
I will say, I'm not a fantasy reader.
Right.
But
you haven't read her books.
I haven't read her books.
Right.
Obviously, I know who she is because you love her.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
It was. It was a ton of fun.
People dressed up for it.
Yep.
The questions they asked her were everything about fantasy world building to even like her writing process.
Yep.
I don't know.
About her hairless cat.
She did. She talked about her hairless cat and her pointed ears. She got her ears surgically pointed like elf ears, which is kind of amazing. So maybe we'll do that this weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe not. All right. Well, I love you.
I love you.
I hope you have a good work day.
Thank you.
Sherri's off for work, and look who comes to say hello. Good morning, Missy. See, I'm pretty sure Missy thinks that I am the pushover in the family, and so as soon as Sherri leaves, Missy comes to the kitchen and she's like, so how about I get some wet food? How about I get some soups? Yeah, just because Mom's gone does not mean that you get whatever you want. I mean, normally it does, but it's not going to today. So now before I get my day started, I'm going to take a few minutes, kind of go through my morning routine. And I've been switching it up lately, so what I've been doing is coming here into the studio, have a little chair in the corner, just kind of sitting down. I have my coffee, have my breakfast, and I've been going through the Book of Common Prayer. And I love it because they're just like, they're super easy, just like daily readings that just have a little bit of scripture, a little bit of prayer, a little bit of meditation, just kind of calm my brain a little bit as I start the day. One of the books I'm reading right now said something that I felt like really described me well. It was talking about the human mind, the human brain, and it said it is like a banana tree filled with monkeys. And a lot of times that's exactly how I feel. Like it is just going like crazy. And so I've been trying to be more intentional about not starting my day and just off to the races. Just like go, go, go. You know, the monkeys are going crazy in the banana tree. And even just starting with some like focused breathing and intentional prayer and meditation and just like moments of stillness and reflection in the beginning of my day, which historically I have not done very well. I normally just get going. And so I'm trying to be better about that. And honestly, it has really been helping. It helps me. I feel like it helps me not just start the day, but it helps me feel better throughout the day, more centered throughout the day, more grounded. So I've been loving these morning times that I've been having. So let's go do that, and then we'll get our day started. Now I'm going to get some house stuff done. I washed the dishes last night before I went to bed. There's, you can see, not many of them. It was a small load, but they're all done, so I'm going to empty this. And then we just have a few dishes here in the sink, so I'm going to get those put in the dishwasher. I just came upstairs to get laundry to get it started. And look how happy Zazu is in the sun. Branches reaching out. I will say, Zazu has grown so much. So, when I got him, this was probably down to like here, and it was all these like tight little curls, and just absolutely opening up and growing a ton. I love it. Now, let's go get laundry started. So I am finding that when I have time in the mornings to do chores, to get dishes done, to get laundry done, to get like the house vacuumed, it is way better simply because if we save that stuff for the end of the day, if it's been a heavy work day or hard work day for either of us, we come home and chores are not what we want to do. And we're trying to be better about doing them every day. I think I shared that in a recent vlog. Like with dishes, we're not waiting until the dishwasher is full to run it. We're running it almost every day. With laundry, I did a couple things. I think I showed you this. I bought smaller laundry baskets so that when they're full, it's like half a load. Here, I'll show you. So look at that. That is a full laundry basket. And the washing machine is only like half full. But we found that it is so much easier for us to put away, almost done, like half a load of laundry. It takes us minutes than it is to put away 2, 3, 4, 5, 120 loads of laundry. And so that, just like those bite-sized tasks and chores, has been a God saver for us. And when I can get them done during the day, like today when I have a little bit of spare time in the morning, it just makes our evenings so much better. So then after work, we can just focus on dinner and being together or doing stuff like last night going to the book signing. We don't have to try to fit it all in, because what has happened in the past is that at the end of the day, we're so tired, we just don't do it. And so then dishes pile up through the week, laundry piles up through the week, house chores pile up through the week, and we get to the weekend when we want to rest, and we have a house that is a disaster and no energy to want to take care of it. So this has been helping us. Okay, so I just finished doing something kind of unique for us here in Alaska. Many of you have messaged us and said that you've heard that people get paid to live in Alaska. And that is kind of true. Every October, we get what is called the Alaska Permanent Fund Dividend. And so it is, it kind of simple terms, a percentage of oil revenue generated by the state gets paid back to people in Alaska. And the payments range from $1,000, maybe a little bit less, up to a couple $1,000s or more. We get paid every October, but you have to apply for your permanent fund dividend by the end of March. I normally apply right after midnight on January 1st, because application, basically the application process is open from January 1st through March 31st. And normally I apply super early. I forgot this year, and it's getting kind of close. And I was like, oh crap, I don't want to miss out on that. And so I just got our applications done. So check, that is finished. And it's for every Alaskan resident. So if you're a child who's an Alaskan resident, if you're a family of 5 in Alaska, every person gets that if you're a resident. Once you establish residency, after you move here, you get your permanent fund dividend. And so basically you have to have lived here for a full calendar year. So if you move here in, let's say you move here in September, and then the permanent fund dividend application opens in January, you can't apply for your dividend that January. You have to wait until the following January when you've lived here an entire calendar year. So permanent fund dividend stuff all finished. Now I want to show you something that I got that I'm pretty excited about. And then I want to tell you the most exciting news possible. So first let me show you something. Let me grab it, it's right here. You all know we are going on the super fancy ultra luxury cruise in May with Seabourn Cruise Line. And every night is kind of formal night, even though they have a more formal night one night. And so Sherri and I have decided that we want to, originally we were a little bit nervous about this because we're not really formal people, you guys. Like we are much more a shorts, flip-flops, and t-shirt at dinner kind of people on a cruise. But we decided, when are we gonna have the opportunity to go on an ultra luxury cruise again? And so let's lean into this. Let's go all out. So Sherri has dresses for every night of the cruise. She's actually really excited about it. And I have suits for, I think, every night of the cruise as well. But I wanted something for one night that was just a little bit more fun than anything I have, right? I've got black suits and gray suits and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted something that was a little more fun. So I found this online. I've never owned anything like this. And it is gaudy, and it is over the top, and it is absolutely amazing. It is a tux jacket that is obviously black and red. What do you guys think? Holy cow. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna show up, but it, like, the red shimmers. So here's my thought. Obviously not gonna wear it with a dry fit navy shirt. My thought is white dress shirt, black bow tie, or like black normal tie, and then black tux pants, black suit pants. What do you guys think? This thing is over the top. I've never owned anything like this. Sherri loves it. In fact, I originally ordered this. I'm kind of bummed. I originally ordered this in purple, and I fell in love with the purple. And then the guy who makes them called me and he was like, I don't have any more of the purple left, and I don't think I will before your cruise. Ugh. So I got the red, and I do really like the red. What do you guys think? It's so ridiculous. It's gonna be fun, even just for one night of the cruise. So, got that. Now, let's talk. This is something I literally never thought I'd get to say. So I was talking to Mom a couple days ago, and if you've been around here, you will know that almost exactly 1 year ago is when got the news that Mom was in the hospital, needed to fly to Colorado. It was cancer, and then you guys have seen that whole journey. Now, what we've been told, kind of what we understood, was that this type of cancer, there was no cure for it, really. There wasn't going to be a time when she was cancer-free. That basically the goal was that because it was a rare type of cancer, because it was a very aggressive type of cancer, that it really had taken hold in her. Essentially the goal was that chemo would beat the cancer back as much as possible. So first she had a debulking surgery to remove as much of it as possible. They got about 90% of it, which is amazing. And then the goal was, let's use chemo to beat back the rest of it, kind of get it back as much as we can. And then they have her on something called a PARP inhibitor that actually our friend Jessica described it really well. Her mom's on it as well. It puts up a firewall. So basically the cancer gets beat back with chemo, and then there's this firewall that gets put in place with a PARP inhibitor to keep the cancer from coming back for as long as possible. Basically, it delays the return of the cancer. So that was kind of the impression that we had about this whole process, that chemo, PARP inhibitor, delay it until it eventually returns. So that was sort of the playbook that we've been going by. So I talked to Mom a few days ago. She went in for a physical review with her doctors, her care team, and they, reviewed blood work, they did a physical examination, they do all this kind of stuff. And as they're meeting with Mom, they're talking about how she had cancer, not has cancer. And that's like kind of a confusing change of words, and so just sort of pressing on that a little bit, at this point, they believe that Mom is cancer-free. And it's crazy. Like, that was not an option, we thought. We didn't know that this was a possibility. Now, there's always the chance this returns. We don't know the likelihood of that. We don't know the time frame of that. But as of today, everything has worked way better than I think anybody expected or hoped. And so obviously that is just it's beyond really what we thought was possible. It is better than what we thought the best case scenario was. And so Mom has this new lease on life. In fact, we talked to her the other night, and we've shared in past vlogs that she's her whole life she's wanted to go on a cruise. Mom's always wanted to go on a cruise. And now her daughter-in-law works for Princess Cruise Line, and so she has these cruise benefits, and she's like, dang it, I'm gonna beat this so that I can finally start going on cruises. And so for the last year, we've been talking to Mom about that, and just sort of kind of like this carrot of hope that's sort of dangling out there. But when we talked to her about it, there was always a little bit of, maybe a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of, gosh, I hope this happens, that sort of thing. And we talked to her the other night after getting this news, and Sherri and I were commenting to each other after we got off the phone with Mom just how different she sounds. How she was like, okay, I want to know all about this. What about how many of my friends can I bring? How many friends can I have in my stateroom? How does this work? Where can we go? Like, what does it look like? Just all of these questions, because I think she has seen with this new news that it's not like, I hope I get to experience this. Now it's I'm going to get to do this. And it's the greatest thing. So we've already started planning our cruise with her, with my brother and sister-in-law. So we are all going to take a big family trip later this year, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. And hopefully Mom's going to be able to get out and travel more and go on more cruises by herself and with her girlfriends, and just take the most advantage of this window that a year ago we did not think she would have. So I know that so many of you have been praying for her and sending such good thoughts and healing energy, and you all have sent messages to us. You have sent cards to her. You have I feel like every time I go live over on Instagram, multiple people ask, how's Mom? How's Mom? How's Mom doing? And so it was important to us that we updated you and let you guys know, because we have been celebrating this, and obviously there's a million emotions wrapped up in this, right? There's just a ton of things wrapped up in this, but at the end of the day, to be able to say that, at least as of today, Mom is cancer-free, crazy. But again, words that none of us thought we would ever get to say. We've been thankful that we've had so much time the last year with her, and now just that realization that we have even more time, and just filled with thankfulness and gratitude and overwhelmed with all of that kind of stuff. So for all of you who have been so kind and so supportive during this journey, gosh, from the absolute bottom of our heart, thank you. It's meant the world to us. So you guys, we love you so very much, and thanks for loving us so very well. All right, back to our day. Next on my to-do list today, you can see we are almost out of coffee grounds. So I've got a bunch of our beans here. I'm going to grind them up over here in our grinder and fill this up so that when we need coffee, we have coffee ready to go, because what a tragedy that would be. And just like that, coffee for the next week, good to go. This is about, I'm trying to think, this might be a week and a half worth of beans. I feel like we do this about once a week, maybe a little bit more than that. Some of it does depend on how much coffee we're drinking at home, but at least for a while, beans are done. So obviously I left the house, and the next stop on my list of things to do today is an oil change for the Jeep. So I'm next in line. Hopefully this does not take too long. I've been experimenting with stacking all of my meetings and major tasks early in the week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week were kind of crazy. Today is super light. Tomorrow I just have a few meetings. And honestly, it's been way better, because what I have found with work for me is that if I try to break it up evenly throughout the week, inevitably, things earlier in the week end up getting crazier than I expect, which causes the second half of the week to be absolute chaos. So if I push everything early, then I deal with a few days of chaos, and the week isn't as crazy on Thursday and Friday, which allows me to do stuff like this, which is super nice. But my plan after I get this done is to go to a coffee shop. I brought my laptop, and I think I have a few hours of work stuff that I need to focus on, some grant stuff, some different just kind of communication stuff for the nonprofit, and then hopefully I'll be able to cross everything off my list of things I need to get done today. All right, oil's changed. Now let's go work for a few hours. Welcome to Alaska when you're trying to drive home, and this is what you have to deal with. Hi, buddy. Look at that. He is paying attention. Oh, there's a guy up in the street ahead, crossing. Look at that, let me kind of zoom out a little bit. He is just right there. I live in a very strange place. Bye, Moose. Love you. Obviously, I am home after the fun moose encounter. How cool was that? Spent a few hours at a coffee shop and got a ton done. So earlier this week, I think it was on Tuesday, I had one of those days where everything that I did that day just felt like it was so much more difficult than it needed to be. Every project took longer. I told a friend it felt like I was walking through mud in snow boots. Like nothing on Tuesday went easy. Which is just like the most frustrating day. But what was interesting is I came home and Sherri had the exact same kind of day on Tuesday. But then today was the exact opposite. Projects that I wasn't sure how they would go were a breeze. Like things that I had budgeted maybe like 45 minutes to an hour for, I was done in 10 or 15 minutes. Just things went so easy today. And I much prefer when things go like that as opposed to how they did earlier in the week. So, Sherri should be home before too long. We will make dinner after she gets home, see how her day was, and pick up the vlog then. Look who's home. Hi, Sherri.
Hi.
How's work? Give us a full rundown. Every single detail, step by step of your day.
It was chaotic.
Yeah, crazy day.
Yeah. Running around. We bought a new vehicle, so my work. So I had to go with my boss and pick it up. Mm-hmm. Which means I got to drive his big old truck. Which is always funny to me. I don't know. It was just a busy day. I worked a little longer than planned.
A little overtime today.
A little bit overtime today.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
You guys are just busy getting ready for the season because countdown is on its way.
Yeah.
Cruise ships are arriving. Trains need to be going. Buses need to be going. Lodges need to be opened because it's going to be a busy, busy year for Holland America Princess in Alaska.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, so. I imagine there are.
Yeah.
And you're right in the middle of it.
I'm right in the middle of it.
Oh, I also told them earlier about Mom.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's so great.
Oh, it's crazy.
He told me I cried.
You did cry. Yeah, you did cry. Yeah. I also showed them my red jacket.
Snazzy.
What are your thoughts on it? Because here's the thing. You have to be seen with me wearing that. Like, that's the thing we need to remember. What do you think?
True. I like it. I think it looks really good on you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whew. Sherri stopped and checked the mail on her way home and picked up something that I think is pretty darn fun. Our municipal election ballots. Here in Anchorage, we do vote by mail, which I personally love. And we are voting for mayor. We have a few different propositions, some different things on the ballot this year. And we got our voting ballots. So we are definitely going to do these tonight. I think like many of you, politics can be very discouraging and frustrating. The whole political process can just be infuriating. But I will say I absolutely love the opportunity to be involved. I think voting is super important. I'm one of those weird super voters who votes basically in everything. So while the process itself can be super discouraging, I love the fact that we still have the opportunity to be involved, and I think that's why voting is so important. So, municipal elections, state, national, whatever it is, I think it's important that we're involved. So I am looking forward to casting our ballots tonight. And the way that it works is that we'll fill them out, and then around town there are drop boxes, places you can go and just kind of drop them in a secure location. You can of course mail them in. I think you can take them to City Hall. There are still some in-person voting booths around town, I believe, I think, but we will take ours to a high school that is close to us and drop them off. We finished off this decanter. I'm trying to think of what this was. Do you remember what was in here, Sherri? It wasn't a Woodford Reserve. That's in the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Dang it, I don't remember. So, we're trying to figure out what to put in there, and we're kind of going through our collection. We have this bottle of Old St. Pete whiskey that I think Auburn and Sarah got us.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's right. So, this is going to go in there. Doesn't a full decanter just look so great?
Very pretty.
It is very pretty. Try to not empty this one quite as quick. We're making dinner, and we are making very authentic tacos. Not authentic at all. We got cheese, onions, tomatoes. This actually had lettuce there. The lettuce that came with it was super gross. It was more brown than green, which, pro tip, not what you want from your lettuce. And so we have this shredded lettuce we're going to use instead. Got some salsa. I love the Hatch Valley green chili, so that's what's going on mine. Got some lime, sour cream. And over here, we got some chicken going, so we're going to do chicken tacos for dinner. Now, we're just going to add some taco seasoning to the chicken, to the chimkin. Delicious. Look how good that looks. I'm very excited for dinner.
Mine looks better.
Yours looks better. It absolutely does not. You don't even have any lettuce on there.
No, I forgot lettuce. That's okay.
Mine looks way
Mine's not
better.
gonna fit with lettuce anyway.
People agreed with me about the Lowe's Home Depot thing. They're going to agree with me about the taco thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's 8 p.m. and you can see the Alpen Glow on the mountain over there. The sunset reflecting in the windows of the houses up on the hillside. It is nice that it's 8 p.m. and still this light, though. That is where we're going to end the vlog, though. The sun is setting, and we are ending the video. You were not in the vlog a ton today.
No, because I was working.
You were working, and we have talked sometimes about, like, hey, why don't you just vlog during the day while you're at work? And Sherri's like, I'm not going to do that. So it's always funny. She's like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, and some of it is like because of the stuff that I work with.
That's true.
It's hard to like vlog what I'm doing and where I'm at. So I don't know.
It makes sense.
It'd be hard to vlog.
Well, I missed you today.
I missed you too.
This weekend is St. Patrick's Day weekend. I'm very excited about that. So without question, Guinness and corned beef and cabbage will be in our future. I cannot wait. So we will do some weekend vlogging. That's probably what you guys will see on Monday. Yeah. Friends, we love you so much. Thanks for hanging out with mostly me today. Yeah. We'll see you on the next LeggLife video.